This is the brand new XGIMI Horizon 20 Max, and with 5700 ISO lumens, it can do this in a bright room in the middle of the day with all of the lights on. And then this in a light-controlled room. Let's take a closer look. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. The Horizon 20 Max is the flagship projector in the new Horzon range. There's also the Pro and the Horizon 20. Now, XGIMI have sent me across the Horizon 20 Max for me to review. They've not asked me to say anything good or bad about it, but the first thing that I noticed on the box was that brightness. 5700 ISO lumens. That is unbelievable. And also, I was really pleased to see when I opened the box that it comes with this really smart carry case, which makes this projector far more portable than other XGIMI projectors in the past. And here it is. Here is the star of the show. It is an absolute delight. Now, this is similar to the projectors from last year, but it's just been elevated to a whole new level. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is the build quality. It's sleek, it's premium, and it houses XGIMI's most advanced lens to date, the X-Master Red Ring lens. So XGIMI say that this has 99.6% light transmittance, and it's built with aerospace grade glass. And this isn't just meant to be marketing jargon, it translates to sharper clarity, reduced aberration, and better brightness than previous models. And it also has lens shift, and I'll show you a lot more about that a little later. But the overall build quality is just going to really impress. The sound again is by Harman Kardon, and so we'll test that out, but it also sits on a really smart turntable. With one small finger, you can literally just rotate this 360 degrees. The power inlet is on the base of the projector, and the rest of all of the connections are on the top of the back. This includes 2 HDMI ports and optical audio, as well as USB ports. The remote control this year is similar to last year's, but it is backlit to a certain extent, and I'll show you that a little bit later. You also get batteries and a manual in the box and quite a large power brick, which mine was a different colour to the projector, and I hope that that is not a final production choice, and the final production ones will actually be the same colour as the projector. Now, one thing I really like is the all-in-one built-in stand, and that gives you a vertical shift of around 135%. And obviously, as I showed you earlier with the turntable, it will spin 360 degrees. So this should make this projector one of the most flexible in terms of where you place this and what it can do, because with the lens shift and with the gimbal, it really should go anywhere. And for even more flexibility, you do have a tripod mount so that you can mount this to a tripod or a ceiling mount with that type of connection. But this is what it looks like, guys, in my room with 2 massive windows right in the middle of the day, and I've got the lamps on and the overhead lights on. It is quite incredible how bright this gets. So obviously the headline statement is that brightness, and the Horizon 20 Max flexes its muscles and delivers 5700 ISO lumens. It's the brightest XGIMI projector ever, and it's nearly double the brightness of some of its competing models. Contrast ratio has been upgraded to 20,000 to 1, and it has pro-grade certifications from IMAX Enhanced, Dolby Vision, Filmmaker Mode, and HDR10+. It also produces 110% of the BT 2020 color gamut and up to 100% in 3D color volume. And you also have the benefit of dynamic tone mapping, so HDR scenes will adapt in real time, keeping highlights bright and shadows detailed without washing out the image. So normally I talk about gaming performance at the end of my projector videos, but this time I brought it forward a little bit because you gamers are in for a real treat. This Horizon 20 Max really stands out. It's the first smart home projector with variable refresh rate up to 240 Hz, and it just has 1 millisecond input lag in game mode. Now that's gaming monitor territory. Now, the powerhouse behind this technology is the chip. It's the MT9679. It comes with 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, so it does feel really snappy and everything loads very quickly. Other gaming highlights include black equalizer for spotting enemies in the shadows and virtual crosshair overlay for FPS players. A lot of these features would have been unheard of on a projector just a couple of years ago, so it's great to see that they're coming in now on these flagship models. Now, often projectors get knocked for their weak sound, but that isn't the case with this one. You're getting premium Harman Kardon audio, 24 watts, 360 degree sound, and bass down to 55 Hz. Now, if you pair that with the visuals, you're getting a real theatre-like experience, but you can also just Bluetooth the sound out to your existing 5.1 surround sound system or soundbar and that type of setup with a compatible device. And that's exactly what I've done, and believe me, it is seamless, it works every time, and there is zero delay. Here's an example of the audio coming just from the XGIMI Horizon 20 Max speakers. So we talked earlier about lens shift, and here is an example of lens shift working on this projector. It is brilliant. You've got so much flexibility that you can almost position this projector anywhere in the room. You've got vertical of plus or minus 120% and horizontal of 45%. And with that 1.2 to 1.5 optical zoom, you really are getting so much flexibility, and you've got the gimbal as well. So hopefully you won't have to compromise on your picture, and you don't really then need to use too much of the digital changes. Although the digital changes are there, you do have keystone correction, auto keystone, manual keystone, and you've got autofocus and manual focus. The other thing I noticed, and I mentioned this right at the beginning, was the sharpness that this delivers. Here's my focus test, which I always use, and here are the four corners of the projector, and look at how sharp they are. There isn't any issues, even in the extreme corners. It's brilliant. Now, I think what a lot of people are going to love is the ease of setup and placement for this type of projector. You can literally have it in the corner of a room, and thanks to all those special features like lens shift, optical zoom, it just will work great no matter where you're projecting it. And you don't actually need to project it onto a screen. Now, I'm doing it on a screen, and that's obviously going to be at its best, but you don't have to then worry about keystone correction distorting and eating away at the image quality. So here's an example of it in the corner of my room, sat on top of a coffee table, projecting a 100-inch image with no hassle whatsoever. And as I've got the sound Bluetoothed out to my 5.1 surround sound system, well then you're not going to have any issues with the sound either. And it really does feel just like a seamless cinema operation. So my friends, the key takeaways for me is that this is the brightest and sharpest XGIMI projector yet. It's 4K clarity without compromise, and the gaming features, well, they'll rival high-end monitors. And you've got that premium audio built in, and you can export to other audio devices as well. With its extra brightness, this thing does not disappoint in daylight rooms. Now, I mean real daylight. In that room, remember, there are two big windows and all of the lights are on. But when it's a dark room, well, it delivers incredible colors and incredible black level details. So this really is an all-rounder for every situation and for everybody. So if you're in the market for a high-end, great quality projector, then definitely this has to be on your consideration list. This is the XGIMI Horizon 20 Max. And guys, it is super impressive. Check out the link in the description. It will give you a lot more information about this projector, and also let me know in the comments what projector you would like me to compare this projector against, because that I can certainly do for you. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really do look forward to seeing you on the next.